Hell, um, it's another day, right? Um, I have been on quite the walk, guys. Um, the world we're in is is consistent if we know truth. And the thing is the way you know truth is he who is truth. This is a hard thing. I'm gonna say some stuff that are probably really hard for some people to hear that listen to me. Maybe not. Maybe you guys are like digging where I'm going. I watched an old movie that was made in like 2011 or 10 or I followed the Christian church for a long time, obviously, by my teaching and preaching and what I say, and the direction I've been in. But I'll tell you, Jesus is God. Okay, he's God. He's not just like guru or he's God, guys. He's straight up God. He is God. Like, it's not popular to say that in this world because there's so many Jesuses. There's this show a friend of mine watches called American Gods, and I loved the book, okay? It was one of my favorite books. It was one of my favorite books I read way back in the day, okay? I like Neil Gaiman. His name is Neil Gaiman. Everybody's like, Neil Diamond? Neil Diamond? No, Neil Gaiman. Gaiman actually is how it's said. I followed him way back in the day, okay? They're doing shows now, and it's funny. This is back in like 2006. What a faraway world, right? Wherever, it's a faraway world, right? Faraway time. 2006, man. I mean, it's so wild to say 2006 because it's like 13 years ago. So 2006, 2007, I read Neil Gaiman. I found out about him a long time ago because I was a comic book freak, like as a kid. I loved comics, man. I was all about comics, okay? And lately I've been following any of it. Lately I've been more like facing my own demons and my own self and my own being. But the thing is with Neil Gaiman, they're doing American Gods, which was a book that he wrote, and I was like, they need to do a show or a movie or something with this. They did another show with him called Neverwhere, and it's a BBC, and it's kind of campy, it's kind of cheesy, but it was done really well, and the characters were really done well, and it was BBC, and this was way back in the day. And that's how, and then I started to pursue this guy's world, But he wrote Constantine, the movie Constantine with Keanu Reeves. That was all him. He did some other stuff, Neverwhere, and he's just an amazing writer, right? But he writes from that world. He did Sandman series, Constantine. Good Omens is the other one they're about to come out with Azael and I forget the other angel, but Angel of Light and an Angel of Dark trying to basically prevent the apocalypse, right? That's the story, Good Omens. It was a really cool story. I read it back in the day. I was like, they need to do something with this. And then now they're doing it, man. Like, they're doing it, and I was like, okay, this is like 13 years ago, man. I'm not even joking, all right? I was like, they need to do these shows or movies. They need to do movies. I think American Gods might have made a pretty amazing movie, but they're doing a series, and I think it's a little wiser because it's a really long book. Kind of like if they did the 3-part Lord of the Rings. It's 3 parts. The movies were like ridiculously long, and it's like a 12-hour marathon, 14-hour marathon if you watch all 3 back to back. So anyway, guys, American Gods, lots of Jesuses. So I watched this, and Ishtar is one of the goddesses that is the goddess of Easter, okay? Ishtar. This is all in the Bible, okay? These are all gods and goddesses in the Bible. There's Jezebel and Ahab, which were the king and queen. She was the false prophet, Idis, and she'd go kill all the true prophets. And she was head of the prophets of Baal. So, there's all these Jesuses, right, in this show, American Gods, and Ishtar wants worship, and she's like, I'm doing good, honey, I'm doing good. He's like, yeah, you're proselytizing off these Jesuses, man, and everybody's bringing you worship. Yeah, well, but I'm doing it so pretty. Okay, vanity, right? Vanity's at the heart of a lot of people's concepts of reality right now. But the thing is, man, true beauty comes from within the heart. All right. Now, with everything said and where I'm going with this, guys, truth. Okay, truth is found in the revelation of a person, not a persona. In the revelation of the personal expression of who Jesus really is. It's not just personhood. The actual expression of humanhood in Jesus is truth. Okay, I'm on this truth kick because everybody's like, there's this whole truth movement that is kind of arising in our world right now. What is the truth? What is the truth? I don't know what the truth is. It's an old question. Okay, the Bible, you can reference, now our Bibles are all screwed up because Mandela effect, all that crap. You know about that, man. The thing is this is an age-old question, guys. And it was asked to Jesus, Yeshua himself, what is truth? Okay, and it was asked, I believe, by a politician, I forget the reference, but he basically said, what is truth? So this has been going on for centuries, guys. But now we're in a time, and some people, we're at the end, okay? I've said it before. We're at the end. We're not at the beginning. We're at the end. Because it ends the way that it begins, and then it begins again. But we're at the end, guys. That's the thing. We're at the end. And if humanity is going to keep going, we're at the end of the dark world. Okay, they know their time is up. They have maybe another 50 years. That's not that long. Considering they've been here for, I don't know, 7,000 years. So yeah, they've had about a 7,000 year run, guys. Then Jesus came, Christ came, interrupted their run. They were like, we got to kill him and then cover up the true message. And now the true message is getting out. But you got to recognize he is truth. He's truth. He's the representation of truth. He said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Nobody comes to the Father except through me. So it's not a popular message. I've been around the New Age movement or whatever it is now. It's a spiritualist movement now. At this point, it's a you speak your truth and that's your truth, man. That's good for you, but it's not good for me. So speak your truth and we'll believe whatever we want to believe about the truth that I have and you don't have. I remember all this, man. I've been around all of it. I was around all of it. It was all opened up to me. Okay? I've been around the logic of it. But the logic breaks down, and here's why. Okay? Think about this. If I have a truth that is true, and you have a truth that is true, that does not change, and it is your truth, and it is my truth, where did that truth originate from? You? Did it originate from you? No. You gained it from somewhere. Within your grasp of life, it came to you through your living in your life. So, the Spirit of Christ, the real Christ, the seed of Christ in man, is being planted. The incorruptible seed of Christ. I read it, and this. The incorruptible seed of Christ is incorruptible. Okay? So that truth will remain no matter what my truth is. So the truth of the matter is that truths that have always been, that are resting inside of us, need to be spoken so that someone else can recognize the truth that has always been in them. That has been a gift that came to us in the form of a man who spoke and said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. So, Yeshua, the King, Jesus, Yeshua, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Nobody comes to who? The Father, the revelation of God in you, except through the truth. There's no other way. Now, within understanding that there's truth that has always been, that truth will not change in you or anyone else. I am doing this video because I've been down this road before, okay? And I've been down this road with other people, and I've been down that rabbit hole. I went down that rabbit hole, and you know what it got me? It got me straight to hell on earth. I went straight to hell on earth because I started to believe that my truth was greater than truth himself. That my truth was greater than the revelation of truth in the expression of humanity in Yeshua, who revealed the Christ in man, to know God in man. So my truth became greater than God's truth. That's what this video is. There. I didn't even know where I was going. My truth became greater than God's truth, guys. So that's the lie that's wrapped around. I read all that stuff, man. I've been down that rabbit hole. I told you guys. Been down there, done that. I got the t-shirt. I went straight to hell in my own consciousness and own understanding of life because I became all about these like word messes and all these different like confusing perception. It's all about perception, man. It's all about your perception and my perception. It's all about truth and my truth and your truth. It's all about this and that and this and that and da-da-da-da-da-da. A guy wisely said to me once, it's just New Age gobbledygook, David. I call it, the garbage heap of man's intellect in the way of God's Spirit. It's our intellect getting in the way of what's already within us. Okay? So we get here, we get in arguments, we allow intellectualism and understanding of the intellectuality of man, which if you read, I think it's in Ephesians, that there is a way that seems right. Okay, it's in Proverbs. There is a way that seems right to a man. And then it follows in Ephesians as it says that the wisdom of, there is a wisdom that is sensual and demonic. Okay, people don't like to say that either. That something sensual is demonic. What does that mean, guys? It means that feeling-based wisdom and understanding can have dark energies, which we call demons, as a means for understanding reality. So your feelings do matter to God, but they don't define reality because that gets into sensuality as a means to know truth. And if you base your life on your feelings to know truth, which my feelings are being healed, man, because my feelings my whole life have kept me from knowing God's love. So, with all that said, guys, God's love, I allowed God's love not to be there because of the way I felt. So if I based it on my truth in me, then God doesn't love me based on the way that I feel. So here you go. That's deceit. That's deceit. That is the deceit. God loves me regardless of how I feel. God loves who I am regardless of how I'm feeling. That's the truth, guys. So the way I feel does not determine how I am loved. Okay? So I'm working this out through this video, but that's pretty amazing, okay? The way you feel doesn't determine if you're loved or not. There's the heart of the message. That's really where this is going. The way you guys feel, this is the truth that the humanity needs to hear right now, and the world needs to hear, and people need to hear. The way we feel does not determine how loved we really are. We're loved because we're loved. We're loved because that's the truth. And the truth sets us free from demonic wisdom. So, God's love isn't determined by how we think or feel. God's love is God's love, and it remains no matter what. And my wisdom, my understanding was because of the way I felt, God's love wasn't there. Okay? So, you know, I'm just being a voice. I'm just being a voice in this world right now to say there are truths that have always been, guys. And they always will be, and they're not going to change. They're not going to change. They'll never change. They'll never, ever change, guys. Love won't ever change. Love will always be for you. Love will always be there, guys. So just know that you've always been loved. That's the truth. That you've always, 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 always been loved. And you always will be. And that love comes from God. And that love has always been here. Always will be. Can never be separated from us. Can never, ever, nothing can separate us from that love. Nothing. Nothing in all creation. Nothing in this world. Nothing that has affected us. Nothing that has affected our consciousness. Nothing in this world can separate us from that love. Straight up, guys. So, with that said, that's my video today. Just navigating through truth. That's what I'll call it, I guess, man. So, I love you guys. Bless you. I'm getting my head straight and my heart straight and getting on a path that I need to be. And I love that you guys follow me. I really do. Lots of love you guys' way. I just hope these messages give you hope, because there's hope in this world. Whether it's the end of the world in times, I believe we're at the end, guys. What that means and what that looks like, I have no idea. I just know we're at the end. And a lot of voices are saying, no, it's not that. No, dude, you really look into what's going on in this world? Dark world's ending, it's exposed, and things are just going wacky. So yeah, the world's a wacky place right now. But with that said, the hope is this, that humanity carries on and we overcome this time. And I believe God is going to do that in people. And it may be a wipeout. I don't know. I don't know what it means, okay? I don't pretend. It's another reset in the Revelation, the book of Revelation. We're in it again, somehow in a different way. But this is it, guys. So get your hearts right. That's what I want to tell you. Get your hearts right before you just get your hearts in order. All right. Peace. I'm out. Love you guys. Bless you.